Hello my friend, Steve here at SKS Props, and I welcome you not to my shop, but to my basement, where I've been transforming a small portion of it into a hobby and board gaming area. And that's because when I'm not doing props and costumes, I should be doing some fun stuff for myself and with my family. And so recently, transforming this area and getting back into hobbies and board games has been really fun. Now, we got into board games a lot during quarantine, where I know a lot of other people did, but I didn't have the time because I was making a ton of YouTube videos. Since then, I've taken some time for myself to get back into miniature creation, miniature painting, and board games. And for a lot of you that don't know me, I used to paint miniatures all the time, especially before cosplay. Now, I don't want to do this as a commission like I did in the past. My whole thing now is just to do this for fun. Now, when it comes to the next several videos that I'm going to put out, a lot of it is going to focus on this particular area and some of the things that I feel are important that are maybe taken for granted or behind the scenes, such as our lighting and our chairs. This video specifically, I'm going to talk about the EWin racing chair, and that's because they sent me one to review and assemble and share it with the maker community. Now, when it comes to these types of chairs, normally we think about those for the Twitch gaming, right? You think about people that are on their PC and on their consoles that are sitting down for long periods of time. But for us makers and hobbyists, if you're painting miniatures or you're playing board games that take multiple hours, these types of chairs could be a viable thing for you to consider, because I know that when I'm painting miniatures, I completely zone out and I will be in that position for multiple hours until I realize that I have been sitting in a bad position, my back hurts, and my leg is asleep. So I want to show you what it takes to assemble this particular EWin chair, as well as go over some of my points that I think might make it a viable option for a maker and a hobbyist. Now, I'll be checking out the EWin calling series for people 5'3" to 5'9" and up to 400 pounds. The first thing I'll say is the chair was delivered in a timely manner and the box was made of good quality. And to make a note, it says do not cut this box open, so I'm making sure to use my cardboard knife for all the tape. All of the pieces were individually wrapped, and per the instructions, I did inspect everything before moving on to assembly. Opening the parts box, it did come with a fully detailed manual for assembly, as well as all the parts needed to put the chair together, including a set of special white gloves with rubberized fingertips. This will help keep your hand oils off of the leather, while the rubberized tips help with the grip of all the nuts and screws. The first thing I do is remove the 4 hex pins from the backrest. These pins will be reinstalled once the backrest is on the seat. Using the provided hex key, I tighten all the pins until they're fully locked into place. Next, I attach the side covers using smaller hex pins on either side. Plastic caps will snap in to cover the holes. Next, I flip the chair onto its back and I remove 4 of the hex pins using the hex key. This is where the tray platform is going to go, and you just need to make sure that you put it into place with the arrow pointing to the front. After the pins have been secured, I remove all the wrapping from the 5-star base. Then it's just a simple process of installing the wheels by pressing them into place. Next, the hydraulic system and the hydraulic cover can be inserted into the base. Last step, you just insert the chair onto the hydraulic base and bam, it's good to go. This literally took me about 10 minutes. So when I'm painting miniatures or working on hobbies, of course, my focus needs to be on the miniature itself. I don't want to be distracted with how I'm sitting or how long I'm going to be sitting here, because normally it's going to be for a couple of hours. So I've got everything I need, and I have my chair pulled up to a position that is comfortable, right? And because of that, the thing that's nice about this particular one is that the cushion itself is a cold cure foam. So it's not like you have to break it in. Out of the box, it's actually really comfortable. Number 2 is that normally when I paint, my feet are going to be flat on the ground and I'm kind of going to be hunched over because I want my light source in one spot and I want the stability of having my arms on the table as I work on the piece. That helps because this chair has a lower lumbar pillow, and so it kind of helps stabilize my whole upper body. I'm not feeling like I have to use my core to stabilize as I'm leaning forward. Also, the arms that are on this chair easily go up and down, so I'm able to pop them into the lower position, move the chair up underneath of the table to get closer to a light source. Therefore, again, I can have my arms or my elbows on the table for stability as I paint smaller details. So comfort is also very important to me in my computer art/editing area because I spend a ton of time here as well. Now, when I'm painting miniatures, pretty much the same thing as working on the Wacom board. My feet are usually flat on the ground. I'm kind of hunched over a little bit because I'm focused on the drawing. So again, lumbar support really helps. But when it comes to editing videos, I'm one of those that likes to sit with one leg under the other. And that helps because this chair is wide enough to allow me to do that. Also, the armrests, I'll usually raise those up so my arms are elevated a little bit above the keyboard and the mouse so it's less strain on my wrists. Plus, if I'm going to be spending a long time going back through the videos that I've edited, it's easy to reach over and recline this chair to make it a lot more comfortable. Now, this chair reclines almost completely back without tipping over, which I don't plan on sleeping down here, but it's good to know. So you all can kind of see the theories as to why I think having a decent chair is pretty important, because if you're a hobbyist or a maker or an editor, you spend a lot of time on your bum, so you might as well rest it in a decent spot. Thanks again to EWin for sending this particular chair over so I could review it and share it with you makers that are out there. And if you're interested, they did send me a discount code, so I have links in the description section. You can go check those out and maybe pick one up for yourself. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. Once again, I hope to have more videos of my hobby/gaming area soon.